Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Emily and today we are doing another bullet journal video. I'm super excited for this one. It is my June bullet journal. I have a lot of writing and publishing goals for this month, so I'm super excited to share this one with all of you. For this month I decided to go with sort of a spacey planet theme little rocket ship on the cover page. When I was first sketching this out, I was watching the rocket launch on TV, so that was really inspiring and pretty awesome, and I immediately knew that I want to do some space themed stuff. Plus I already love space and sci-fi and rockets and planets, and stars are fun to doodle on everything. So here you can just see that I'm mostly going in just with my regular black pen, and then I actually ended up getting some brush pens at Michael's over the weekend because now I'm super invested. I have a grand total of 3 brush pens. I ended up getting a very light blue brush pen, which I use a lot through this spread, a little bit of a darker cool green, and a very light warm gray color. I didn't want anything to be too bold and overbearing. Plus, these pages in my bullet journal are pretty thin and I didn't want anything to bleed through. I'm using this gold pen that I used in my last video as well. That gold pen is so old, I can't even tell you. I remember using it when I was like 8 years old. I don't know how it still works, and I'm slightly frightened it'll bleed on everything, but it adds some really cool little sparkly shiny bits to the stars and little decorations. The June page itself, I'm just doing a really simple little calendar with the word June written in cursive along the top. And I'm sorry if you can see my ring light sort of reflected on my desk there. It was a bit of a dreary day when I was recording this, and like I mentioned in my last video, I don't have the greatest setup available, which is something I'm working on. I'm going to work on getting a better setup so I can do more of these videos because I really enjoy them. Right here is my June calendar, to-do, and tracker spread. This ends up being one of my favorite spreads of the month. Absolutely loved how it turned out. I have June written along the top, a calendar in the middle, and a quick and simple to-do list for the month along the bottom. I doodled a planet and stars along the top and added a little bit of color with a really light blue marker. And I ended up loving how sort of minimalist and simple but still kind of artsy it ended up looking. And as a note to myself, I definitely need to buy an eraser that doesn't shed so much. This one works great, but there ends up being eraser little bits absolutely everywhere, as you can see very well in this video. Again, here is my little to-do list section. I'm writing in some of the things that I already know I need to work on this month, and there will be some extra spaces on the bottom for me to write in any other stuff I think of as the weeks go on. Over here is my little tracker for the month. I have a little calendar for each day that I exercise, do a creative activity like write or read or draw, for my YouTube schedule, my TikTok schedule, my Instagram schedule, and my newsletter. I highlighted the days of the week in blue, and I'm going to highlight the days that I do those activities in the light gray, and I also doodled some planets with little gold stars along the top. Like I mentioned, I absolutely love this spread. I know it's one I'm going to use a lot, and it just ended up turning out so nice. This page is a really simple one. I'm planning on doing some camping this month once the world opens up a little bit and finals are over. So I'm just writing adventure along the sides of each of these, and I'll write down some little notes of the places that my parents and I and the dogs go camping. The next spread is one I decided to call Weeks in June. I'm not doing a daily spread because I don't know the exact days that I'm going to plan everything out for my publishing. So I wanted to do a monthly spread that was sectioned off for each week so I could write down the things that I know I need to do each week and get to them as I can. So I split up the left side of the page into weeks 1 and 2 and the right side into week 3 and 4. And I left a little section at the bottom for what's technically week 5, which are the last 2 days of the month. I did some doodles of the little circly planets up at the top with more stars, messed around with making the numbers bold, and wrote down what I already did over week 1 since this is pretty much the second week in June already. I also added blue highlights along the letters and the dividers and some little gold stars at the top. This next spread is my last one for the month. It is a books I read this month spread. I wanted to have a place where I can take notes on the books I'm reading as I'm going along, so this one is going to be a spread that might continue on into the next page. I just wrote the name of the book I'm reading right now, which is Pistol Daisy by Natalia Lee, up at the top where the little blue line is, and I'm going to write notes about any thoughts I have about the book that I'd like to review later on. And whenever I finish that and start the next book, I will just start that anywhere on the page where it ends up going. And if I end up taking a lot of notes or reading any more books, I will make another spread on the next page. So that is my bullet journal setup for June. Once again, here is a quick flip through of it. I ended up putting some little gold washi tape along the corners of a lot of the pages. I really love the front cover of the June layout on the left side because of those doodles and the rocket. It's so whimsical and fun. Again, the June tracker spread and to-do list is my favorite. I absolutely love how it turned out, and the washi tape adds some cute stuff to that as well. My adventure spread, which I look forward to filling in now that it is summer, finally summer. My weeks in June spread, which weeks 2, 3, and 4 are going to be a lot busier than week 1, that is for sure. And finally, my books read spread, which will be hopefully filled with lots of notes upon great books like Pistol Daisy, which I am reading right now, and spoiler alert, it's amazing. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and ding the little notification bell. I upload videos on Mondays or Fridays, sometimes both days, and there will be several reading and publishing and writing videos that I'm very excited about coming soon. As always, I'd love to hear from you all in the comments, and I will see all of you next week. Bye!